Hey yo, I'm Boo and welcome back to another episode of RimWorld. But just before we start, there's just a few housekeeping things I need to do. So this episode is actually done a day in advance of when I normally do it, so of course I won't be able to see your comments from the previous episode, episode 8? From memory? I could be wrong, I think it's 8. So I will apologise and I'll be taking the suggestions on board the next time. But onto the game now, shall we? So we have a few raiders that came in from the last episode. What was it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people to deal with. I didn't check to see if they were attacking immediately, which was a little stupid of me. But I think we'll be fine. We have dealt with the other group relatively well, and given that our walls are completely sealed in, there shouldn't be any issues. So what we're going to do is wonder why the dromedary is walking out. Probably because, yep, animal restrictions. Let's restrict them back inside and keep an eye on where these raiders are going to go. Now, I don't suspect... Okay, so they are attacking immediately, so that's something we can work on now. So let's recruit everyone, including Trader, who now has a weapon. Actually, does everyone have weapons? It seems like they do. Okay, let's get back on to doing a bit of defense, and those visitors as well. Oh, that's a bit of an interesting timing. I'll have to see how this goes, but no, everyone get up to the top. And be recruited, of course. Gosh, that's a bit of an awkward positioning. Just realised as well, I'm thinking I'm going to move these sandstone chunks probably to down here, if anything, because it's a little bit in the way when I decide to position my troops or my colonists. Let's say get everyone over here and start ordering them. So let's see. Val, of course, goes on the outside wall. Falcon goes to the right. I think Fu we put in the center. I'm trying to match it to, of course, what we had last time. You got melee. Let's put you on the outer edge. Trosma, this edge. Sparkles. You got Bow. Place you here. And see who else we need to deal with. Oh, one other person. Kenga. That's not too bad. And everyone should have defense, and our melees are on the outside, which is nice because we can pull these people, our range people, back, and the melees come from the side, which should work out well. So whereabouts are you coming from? And our dromedary never decided to stay inside, which was a bit of a shame. Let's see, where are you going? We're attacking a wooden door. And yep, you decided to attack our dromedary. Well, I guess that's a bit of, it's going to give us a bit of meat a little earlier than I was planning for. Anyhow, it's done. Actually, where is the other dromedary? So that's... Number 1 is there, and number 2 was there. Number 1 is to the north. Well, I guess we probably could have done some training to at least keep them, or force them to stay in our home zone. I don't know, that just seemed a little bit odd, because they are restricted to within this zone. Okay, well, we'll see how this turns out. Can we speed things up, please? Are we going to play it slow ball now? Okay, well, that dromedary is actually coming back, and I never actually unforbidden this body. There we go. Oh, we got some more clothing to work with, and yeah, people should start attacking. Just don't shoot our dromedary. Okay, we won't. Awesome. This should be fun. And fire. Okay, these people weren't as stupid to walk through. They still did. Continue shooting. Yep, there we go. Yeah, this defense works really quite well. Very satisfied with it. I don't think we've taken a single hit yet either. Very tight and narrow. I think, of course, let's see, I think Sparkles just took a hit then. Yes, so we're going to under-recruit you. You can then be told to rest until healed. And they're fleeing. Too easy. Yeah, I'll just unrestrict everyone, and that should be fine. Those other people can wander away. So, of course, since these have been marked to auto-rearm, they will be rearmed while I'm not watching. So let's actually remember to strip these people and unforbid the bows. More bows. Okay, well, looks like we've got a few more items to sell. Can someone get around to patching Sparkles? Yeah, you treat Sparkles, and then Trader, can you treat the... is it Camel? Yeah, rescue that to dromedary because there's no unreserved medical beds. It's not a medical bed, it's just a animal spot, which comes under furniture. There we are. See, I'm remembering which tabs they actually come under now, which is good. Okay, we'll place it there and try this once more. Who's actually closer? I think Falcon is. Rescue dromedary 2 and then patch him up. Maybe we can still save them if they're not too heavily injured. A few cuts, a few bruises. Yeah, you will bleed out though. Okay, let's speed this up and see how this turns out. And yet, you got more repairing to do, which will be fine. And the visitors are leaving. No. Oh, and you're all the way down there. Of course, that's why I kind of forgot about you guys. You know, you're coming north. Oh, wait a second. Val, how fast are you at walking? Your moving is okay. Let's see if we can get you over there in time. So talk to Rodat. And get over there. I think we can intercept them. We can. Awesome. So we could actually sell some things after all. Okay, so I'm going to go through the listing and I'll be back in just a second. Okay, I think that's all we're going to do. Just selling off most of our weapons that we don't need. We're going to keep the great bows because, well, they're quite expensive and they obviously must do a bit of damage. And we are still keeping those EMP grenades because I suspect they will be useful in the future. So with that, I'm going to accept and obviously not get Val to haul anything in because he can't, or they can't. Which is a bit of a shame, so yeah, someone will get around to hauling that 130 silver in because that's our money. Yep, so you're fine and this animal still needs to be treated. Val, you can't treat. How about Sparkles? Yeah, we can get you to clean the blood. Foo, can you treat? You're not assigned to doctoring. Who is assigned to doctoring? Look at this listing. Trosma, you're all the way over there. Well, try it again. Let's get you to treat the dromedary. Yep, there we go. So I think we need a few slave traders in before we can actually do anything, before we can sell these animals off, I think. Well, I know slave traders, of course, do have animals for sale, so yeah, it should turn out. We'll see how it goes. Anyhow, I realise I want to deconstruct this torch. This room is meant to stay frozen and it's not staying as cold as it could be. Yeah, because we want to keep the bodies as fresh as possible, or as frozen as possible. Yeah, so that's fine. Also, can we get rid of this snowman? Doesn't need to belong in our storage room. And eventually these items, of course, will be hauled over. I might want to set hauling up a little higher, just so it gets done a little faster. Trosma, lucky you. You get to do that next to researching. Actually, I'm going to turn you off for researching, because we really only wanted Val and... Oh, and we got an infection in the dromedary. I love how that text is overlaid. Okay, so we've got an infection. Now, what do you have to do? It just has to be treated. I don't know if it can be treated with medicine. Okay, that's simple. Let's just turn it on to herbal and get someone to treat the animal. Because I'd like to keep it around. It's probably a bit of a waste of resources, but it's worth a shot. Anyhow, so Trosma, what are you doing? You're going to feed meat to Spitfire. I'm going to let you do that, and then you're going to go get around to treating dromedary. Yep, grab the proper medicine and see how this turns out. So under health, yep, minor. So as long as you stay rested, I don't think you get any bonuses from sitting in a bed of sorts. As long as you stay rested, you should be fine. So, okay, let's continue. See how this goes. Yep, so there's only a little bit more mining to do, and of course more hauling, which is always the case. So I'm actually going to copy the settings of this zone and make a new zone. So stockpile zone, I'm going to probably place it along, what's that, 7 by 7 should be enough. It's plenty big enough. So we're going to place that all the way down here. So let's paste the settings and double check. Yep, so it's just chunks and weapons. Non-smeltable weapons. Okay, turning that off. Can we mark all these to be hauled? I think because they're in the stockpile zone, they don't need to be hauled. And yet those are unforbidden, so it's just a bit of time. But of course, I will have to mark all these to be hauled once I remove the zone. Try it again. There we go. And yeah, they can hold a little bit in the corner. Doesn't bother me too much. Oh, Timberwolf. Oh, I wasn't expecting that in our base. As long as it doesn't attack anyone, I don't care too much. So, how's that food going? Let's see. We have 4 meals already prepared, and 180 meat of muffalo, I think that was. Yeah, muffalo and 32 monkey meat, which isn't too bad. As long as people continue cooking and... Excuse me? You guys are not moving over to the seats to sit down. What's up with that? because now you guys are all going to get debuffs because of that. And this room is refrigerated. Actually, that's still fine to place the meals in there. Okay, let's just mark that, and people should haul over there instead. In theory. Yep. Awesome, that's what I want to see. And that's a lot closer to the seats, and people will be happier when they eat. Okay, more cargo pods. More insect jelly. Yeah, don't like insect jelly. I'm very sure I said that last episode, and I'll say it again. It's not very useful. Yeah, and I'm not too keen on a timber wolf of all creatures being inside our base. I am tempted to hunt it, but I think that may be dangerous for our colonists' health. Maybe very dangerous indeed. Yeah, we're going to leave off of that for the time being. And I wonder, given that we're actually turning this room itself into, where is it? It's going to be another manufacturing room. I think we could also shift some of these blocks into this room itself. Let's, out of curiosity, get the planning tool out. So this is what one, that's 3. Of course, it's going to be like this. L and K. So it's done. It's I and K. There we go. That's better. So if these are, what's that, 3, then we mark a 3 here, a 3 here for, say, this bench. This one is a 3x2. 3x2 also sits nicely along the back wall. And that 3 doesn't fit there. If we move this by 1 and go 1, 2, 3, then it sort of nestles itself in the corner. Not too keen on it, I admit. And can we fit another thing in here? We can't. Okay, that's a bit of a shame. I was hoping we could fit in another one of these manufacturing benches. I think we could if we decided not to put in our research bench in there. So if we remove the research bench, move this one back. Yeah, because then we got another one for 3 along here and 3 along this wall, which leaves us with 2 in the center, which we could actually put maybe some flowers or a light, because we need a light in this room. So no, as long as we make sure things are tight, we can actually fit more benches and stuff. So we might shift some of these items into the bottom room. So with that, let's get on to building the hand tailoring bench. So place that one there. The brewery, I think we're leaving up the top. Butcher's table, sculptor's table. No, we'll leave those for the time being. I don't think that is quite necessary to shift. But whereabouts are the flowers? Flowers comes under furniture because it's a pot plant. There we go. So we're going to place, what's that, 1 pot plant and 1 torch. And that should do the trick. It does mean that we had to manufacture better clothing for our colonists and hopefully make them a little happier in that area of their life. Good things. Really good things. But since it's night time, I'll see you guys in the morning. So during the night, we were very lucky to get our hands on some large or rare thrumbos. They've entered the map and it is very tempting to hunt them this time. Oh, they're already down here and it's only 1. 1 wouldn't be too much of a handful, I suspect. They are very difficult to kill. And is it worth it for their meat and horn? It's tempting, it's really tempting. And since they would be classified, I do suspect they would be classified as a large creature, they should definitely trigger off a few of our traps, taking or soaking a lot of the damage. It's not injured. It's got a bite scar, so its moving is weakened. It's very tempting. I'll think about it. We've still got a few days before it disappears. But no, we'll keep things going on and see what happens. So, a major infection, 54% immunity for our dromedary. Spitfire is still pregnant with frostbite to pretty much every single part of their body, which is a bit of a shame. But overall, I think we're fine. I think our animals are fine. Apart from this Timberwolf. Not too keen on the Timberwolf. I've said it before and I'll say it again. Timberwolves. What's going? Critical alert issues, yep. Yeah, these items are all just getting hauled past. I am surprised though, that the snow areas are not being cleaned. So expand snow clear areas, yeah. They've been marked to be done, so what's up with that? I have to work out what's going on there. It probably falls under... What work does it fall under? Cleaning? Cleaning. Clears snow and cleans the floor. Yep. So we might want to turn that one higher on someone. Make someone a bit of a full-time cleaner if possible. Phew, you're a lucky person. You get to do cleaning more often. Yeah. Just means our colonists can walk a lot faster between all these pathways, which, yep, there we go. Cool, Foo. That's what we needed you to do a while back. But at least you're getting it done now. Can't complain. So any more hauling we need to get done? There's a lot of hauling. There's always a lot of hauling, despite what we try and do. So how's our research going? No one's sitting at the table. What's going on? Where's Val? Val, you're sleeping. I guess you are a bit of an old fart. That's a bit of a nasty thing to say. A bit of an old dude. But I would like it if we wake you up so you can get some research done for us. Because it's going to be a while. It's going to be a long, long time before we get electricity. Before they work out that rabbit fur and amber makes static. And where did you just disappear to? You disappeared to eat food. Fair enough. Are you going to go and research? You are. Keep it going like that, and that you will make me very happy. No, I just realised we never actually cleared all these trees out. Now we could leave them to continue growing until they get to their maximum height. I don't think we will. I'd rather we get rid of them. So I'm just going to go and do something like that. It isn't over any of our fields. Actually, probably could do... Yeah, there we go. Gets rid of like 1 or 2 bushes around the place. Awesome. That should work out fine. Just thinking, is there anything we can do to sort of fix aesthetics? It's not a very nice looking colony currently. It's a lot of wood around the place, and we do have stone. Not much stone. Hell, I just realised something. We just moved all our blocks onto the left side. The furthest, like nearly as far as you could move the stonecutter's table away. That wasn't a great decision. How about if we do something about that? Make a closer stockpile? Maybe we keep a small stockpile just on the corner here. Of a higher priority, so it's always full and it's a lot closer for our people to walk. I guess that sort of balances out this area a little bit as well. So, stockpile, can we paste the settings? Seems like we can still paste the settings. Awesome. Saved me a lot of work of having to work out what to do there. Oh, whoops. I should mark that to be cut. I think I just missed it anyhow. Yeah, oh well. I'll leave it like that, and since people are sleeping, I'll see you guys, well, for the next day, of course. Another day. So, part of me just realised, again, storage, stockpile, priority needs to be a little higher. Let's go up to important. Rather have this one fueled as often as possible than this one down here. Now it's a bit of work having people having to ferry it between it, but I'd rather that if someone is doing stone cutting that they don't spend all their time sort of having to just get to the items and get back in time. So I think that will be fine for us. So let's check the temperatures. -12 indoors, -7 outdoors, fine. 3 inside, so Spitfire shouldn't, well, lose any other body parts to frostbite. That poor dog. And yeah, our animals here are still frozen, which is nice. And why do things just slow down? I'm not too keen on that. Is someone attacking our animals? Bonded animals death. Cat. Oh, right. The Timberwolf. You know, I was really hoping we could keep Death around. Death was very nice company. But nope, completely dead by just a couple of scratches from a Timberwolf. Not impressed. And now you're eating the cat? Well, let's at least unforbid the body, because waste not in this colony of ours. So yeah, it probably would have been a smart idea if we got rid of this Timberwolf after all. So cat was a cat named Death, bonded to Kanga. So Kanga is probably going to have a bit of a bad time. I might force them to smoke a little and make them a little bit happier. Yep, bonded animal died. Okay, let's get on to... Oh, Teetotaler. Right, because your characteristics it means you uphold the idea of using chemicals and alcohols. Right. Can we just get you to have a bit of fun time then? I can't right click there, so obviously not. Maybe I'll just force joy time for a Kanga. Might help prevent you from breaking. I know that's a lot of joy time, but I'd rather they be happy and not break than break every 6 seconds. Anyhow, we got more cargo pods and I right clicked that event. Darn it. Oh, let's try again. It's probably somewhere down the bottom. Yeah. Here we go. Simple meals. Can't complain about that. And also this Thrumbo. It is very tempting, and I just realised this alpha beaver is still out here. We could grab it. Okay, so this Thrumbo, what can we do? If we hunt it, we run the risk of people dying. It is thick snow right now, which could leave our colonists a bit open when we try to run away. There's no way of sort of holding the animal back until we run and hide in a little hidey hole. Though if we sort of just hit it once, get it angered and pull it through our defences, that could work. I'm not really... I know we've got a really big colony as is, but I'm not ready to risk losing them quite yet. No, I think we're just going to continue on that with our research and see how this turns out. Now, one thing I am curious about, I don't suspect this will work, but can you build a second research table? Well, a simple way to find out is to build one, which is this one here. Whoops. And we got a good choice of blocks to use as well. So, yeah, you can build a second one, so let's work out where we're going to put it. I think I'm just going to put it in a temporary location, like Val's room. Yeah, Val gets a research table. Wastes a lot of space. Actually, no, we're not going to put it there. I'm going to place it over here, because this room will be warm, and it's relatively open, so if people do use it, yeah, we might as well they'll get the benefit of open rooms. So yeah, we'll leave that open and see how this turns out. But that will have to be done in the morning once more. I'm going to get someone to prioritise working on it, just so they get it done now, of all things. So, Trosma, what are you doing? You're going to feed a simple meal to Spitfire. You fed a meal to Spitfire. I'd rather you didn't feed simple meals, because they're more for people than dogs. I wonder, we can't change that, can we? No, we can't. Okay, well, hopefully this puppy comes out sometime soon, and then we can probably put Spitfire out of their misery, considering they can't walk. I don't think it's especially nice leaving them there sitting on the ground in the same place. They've probably got bed sores of all things. A dog with bed sores. Well, I guess it can happen. Anyhow, where are people anyhow? I said anyhow a few times. That's not good of me. Learn to use new words. So, on to building the research table. Good. So, oh, and huskies. Right, this is really bizarre. We are getting a lot of animals joining. So this is 2 huskies, male and female, and these dogs can haul. Oh my god, finally. They're going to be definitely marked and restricted to home zone until they come of intelligence, I guess. Not come of age, but until our training is high enough that they can haul items for us. That's actually really nice. So that's one good thing we can say for our colony. And a second research bench. I wonder if this will be able to speed up things. So let's modify the restrictions, but modify our workflow again. So a 1, let's drop that down to a 2. Sorry, Trader, I do want to see if you can research alongside Val to speed up things, because I think that's how we might be able to make it if this works. Don't know if it will, but I'll let Trader do their thing and see if they'll research in just a second. So let's see, you've only got wardening, flick, bed rest. Whoops, that should be the one. Try it again. Will you research for us? You're going to research. What is Val doing? You're researching. Well, you swapped research tables, but you can do it simultaneously. So our research speed is now twice the speed. That's really, really good. Well, I can't complain having discovered that. It's very tempting of me to just build an entire line of research benches and have everyone at once researching. Though I'm not going to do that. Not this time. I say it like I've done it before, but I haven't. Oh, that is really nice to know. Multiple research benches do speed up things. And I wonder, I need to make an east chair, of course, for Val, given that Val now is working over this table. Well, both of them are working at once. So Trader eventually will pick up when it comes to their research. They do have a lot of passion, which helps. Hence the reason why I'm putting Trader on board and doing this. But when it comes to our cooking of meals, we're a little bit low on food again. 10, of course, is low. No, it's not, because that's what we restricted the food to. Yeah, 10. And of course we're not making pemmican because we don't have any berries or, better say wheat products, but it's not wheat products. It's organic material, but meat's organic. Plant food, not plant food, plants. Okay, well, get back over here. So stockpiles we had it capped at 10. So who would be the other cooker, given that I think Trader is now just going to be our second full-time researcher. So let's see, cooking is a 2, so it would be Trosma. Going to bump Trosma up to a 1, and maybe see if we can drop these two down to a 2. Yeah, I think that should work out. So Trosma, what's your cooking like? 6. That's not great. Anyone else better? But the looks of things, no. Yeah, that's Trader, which is as expected, that's a bit of a shame. Okay, well, it's not the end of the world. And more cargo pods. Hell of a lot of cargo pods. I don't know where all these are coming from, but I can't complain. And actually, wait, we can make pemmican now, because that is potatoes. Part of me thinks that this is because all these cargo pods and all these very easy events is because it's an easy game, because it's early days. I think that's half the reason why. But yeah, I think it's of course on to another day. So I'll see you in a sec. More food poisoning, of course. Despite this area being completely frozen, minus 15, probably colder than... No, minus 17 outside. Wow, we are seriously dropping in temperature. So how's Spitfire going? Needs your rest and food. Well, your rest probably won't go down too much. But yeah, late stage pregnancy. So eventually we'll get some Yorkshire Terriers, which we can then sell off and then kill Spitfire. Put her out of her misery, considering she can't move from that place. And then also shift these animal spots to somewhere else. I actually think I might do that now. I think it's worth just letting the animals stay inside along this back wall. And let's see, deconstruct. Because these spots are from the early days of our colony. Actually, can I move? I'm just wondering if I remove the animal spot, will they pick up the dog and move them to the new spot, or will they leave them where they are? Or like no one will come around to pick them up. I suspect that may be an issue. Oh, more food poisoning. Right, this meat must have gone bad. Well, it's all frozen, so that's something. Anyhow, we'll get the tailoring bench happening, because we have it here. So let's see if we can make 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's make 7, and oh, we've got Sparkles already working on it. Awesome. So cowboy hat, I think jacket and parka. Actually, out of curiosity, what are people wearing? That gives me an indication of what items I should try and use. Parka, I don't think the cowboy hat was a good idea. Actually, gonna delete that and try it again. So make how many people? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So make 10 jackets plus 10 parkas. And I'll move the parkas up to the top because we know people are wearing them currently. And then maybe a t-shirt or button-down shirt. T-shirt. And also make 10 of these, because I believe the count as well doesn't count just what's in the inventory, it also counts on what people are wearing. Or is that only for another item? To be honest, I can't remember, but we have a parka in the process of being built, which is really nice to see, and maybe our colonists will have something nice to wear finally. After, was it 2 seasons? The 3rd season, we actually have proper clothes. Now, out of curiosity, we don't have any other better headwear, do we? No, because this is only clothing. So of course that would fall back under research, which we are slowly getting there. Ever so slowly. This may take another episode or so just to get that research done, and then we have electricity, which of course we'll need to designate a room, which I think, if anything, let's get at the planning tool again. I think I like the idea of bolting. That doesn't work. you put the wall there, that leaves too much space. I was just thinking we could put some batteries sort of horizontal. Oh, wait a second. Horizontal. So try it again. You could place batteries sort of end on end. I'll just leave a gap just so people can understand. And then you can still have a doorway sort of somewhere there. Probably here when I look at it. Yeah, there we go. And that could be our battery storage. It'll only store a sort of 1. Yeah, I don't need to count the batteries. We know it will probably store enough for a time being. And we can expand it at a later point. Yeah, I'm satisfied with that. And maybe also a set of batteries on the bottom left here. As our redundancy set if we get any zits of power. Which, you know, always tends to happen for us. But I think this is an excellent point to leave for this episode. So, we've discovered that using 2 research benches does increase the speed. Probably could actually prove that by stopping it and seeing how much it slows down by, but both of them are researching, so I believe it is increasing the speeds. But, as I was saying, I hope you've enjoyed this episode. If you have anything to say, feel free to leave it in the comments below. So, as I've said in the past, and will say in the future, I'll see you around sometime.